Thank you for joining us, and welcome to another presentation of high school basketball on the Region Sports Network on the Key 90.5 FM, and we're streaming worldwide on the internet at regionsports.com. We come to you tonight from Hiles-Anderson College in Crown Point as the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers present the Hammond Baptist Swordsmen taking on the Fellowship Baptist Academy squad from Durham, North Carolina. It's the championship game of the 2014 Hiles-Anderson College Invitational. Along with Brandon Alexander, I'm Jerry Siska to bring you all of the exciting action here in tonight's title game. Brandon, great to be with you. We haven't had a chance to work together, I don't think ever. This is the first.
I think it is as well. I think it is as well. It's a pleasure, Jerry.
It'll be fun. It's crowd here is into things tonight.
Yes.
We've had 3 days of action, and Hammond Baptist and Fellowship Baptist have won their way through to this championship game, but these are not unfamiliar foes. They have played a couple of times in the past. Hammond Baptist winning them both, 41-29, in a tournament back in North Carolina that Fellowship Baptist hosted. And then you had the call on the game in pool play here on Wednesday when Hammond Baptist won 28-15.
Yeah, I did. We were here Wednesday afternoon on 90.5 WRTW on regionsports.com. Brought you the pool play tournament. We did the 9:30 a.m. game with Hammond Baptist, and they were victorious over City Baptist in the afternoon game. Saw a more formidable foe in Fellowship Baptist, again from Durham, North Carolina. In that game, Fellowship came out to a hot start, got up 7-2 in the first quarter, and then after that just went cold. Didn't score a point in the second quarter, Jerry. They had scored 9 total in the first quarter, and they just went ice cold in the second quarter, and I would attribute it to them more being cold than any sort of the defensive effort of Hammond. They were just missing shots, missing passes, a lot of sloppy turnovers in that second quarter of the first game that these guys played. In the second half, Fellowship did in fact try to make a run, but at that point after the second and third quarter, Hammond had built up a nice lead. There was a running clock in pool play, so it was hard to really get any sort of rally together because the games did move very fast. You could of course see that by the low total score of 28-15, but again, they seemed like two evenly matched teams, and it really was a game of 4 quarters where in that game Hammond Baptist controlled the second and third quarter, and if you split it up, Fellowship really had control of the first and fourth, but unfortunately for them in the fourth quarter, they were just down by too much with a running clock.
Hammond Baptist and Fellowship Baptist for the championship of the 2014 Hiles-Anderson College Invitational. You are listening to the Misprint pregame show. That's underwritten by Misprint, Munster, and Hammond. Misprint, delivering high-quality signs and printing for over 26 years. Region Sports Network coverage of high school basketball on the Key 90.5 FM, WRTW, and on the internet at regionsports.com is underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers, the MVP of MPGs, the Crowell Companies, your insurance superheroes, Berry Brothers, a tradition of quality and service since 1946. McShane's Business Products and Solutions since 1921. The Lake County Agents of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Christensen Chevrolet in Highland, driving the American dream. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom prints, design, and signs. Blue 82 at St. John, food, friends, and fun. Morris Baseball and Softball Center providing elite instruction. Randall K. Miss Accounting Group putting the numbers to work. And by the Town Club Restaurant, Steak and Seafood for 65 years. Let's take a break. We'll be back with the tip-off after this. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois. Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
At the Crowell Companies, our customers are more than just numbers on a ledger or anonymous people who sign up online. Our customers are the families we see at the ball fields, the grocery store, and all around the community. That's because for nearly 50 years, the Crowell Companies have been part of the community right here in Northwest Indiana, offering personalized custom services that only a local company can provide. For home, auto, and business insurance, it's the Crowell Companies, 923-2131, and online at crowellinsurance.com. The Crowell Companies, home of the insurance superheroes.
McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel, with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane's, 1-800-837-1400, or online at mcshanes.com.
Have you ever thought about continuing your education? The Lord Jesus Christ at His departure issued a great commission that His followers should go into all of the world and preach and teach the gospel to every living person. Knowing how to be effective at fulfilling that great commission can be a daunting task. That's why you should consider Hiles-Anderson College's online studies program. With Hiles-Anderson College, you know you will be getting premier Bible teaching from some of the most prestigious Bible professors in America. And with the ability to take it online, you'll have the flexibility to fit your continuing education into your hectic schedule. Check out Hiles-Anderson College on the web at www.hilesanderson.com. Hiles-Anderson, a greatly commissioned college.
Jerry Siska back with you here at Hiles-Anderson College as it is the championship game of the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational tonight for you right here on 90.5 FM. You're listening to Prep Basketball on the Region Sports Network and the Key 90.5 FM. It's underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Number one, take a look at the starting lineups for the two teams for the visitors on the scoreboard. Fellowship Baptist Academy out of Durham, North Carolina. They'll start Josh Bass, Blake Watford, Curtis Pickard, Matthew Finley, and Micah Fabian. Their head coach is Ken Finley, and Fellowship Baptist comes in with a record of 11 wins and 7 losses. And now to our feet for the pregame festivities, which will include this evening's national anthem. Announcements being made here.
Yes.
While those are going on, let's tell you the starting lineup for Hammond Baptist, and then we'll catch the national anthem. For Hammond Baptist, a record of 11-1 on the year. Curtis Mundy, Jordan McCullum, Colin Mikado, Mark Blank, and Nathaniel Penley. That's your starting five for the Swordsmen. Swordsmen are 11-1 on the year. Their head coach, James Woosley. 28-15 is what Hammond Baptist beat Fellowship Baptist by earlier this week, and they defeated them 41-29 in North Carolina. Now a prayer. job on the national anthem by that young lady. And we are set for championship game action here tonight at Hiles-Anderson. We want to tell you that at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game. That's underwritten by our friends at Berry Brothers. Berry Brothers, located 1/2 mile north of I-80-94 on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond. Fellowship Baptist on the floor. They are in the road blues, trimmed in red, white numerals, white lettering on the uniform, trimmed in white. Hammond Baptist in the home white with blue trim, blue numerals, swordsman across the front of the chest. Bass, Watford, Pickard, Finley, and Fabian, the starters for Fellowship Baptist. Mundy, McCollum, Mankato, Blank, Penley, the starters for Hammond Baptist. Your officials: Joe Bobrowski, Steve Janovovich, and Nick Ellish. We are underway, and I couldn't see because of the cameraman.
Penley, 51.
Penley with the basket, giving Hammond Baptist a 2-0 lead. Here comes Fellowship Baptist as they move from right to left on the radio dial here in the opening quarter. This is Pickard giving up the ball on the right side. That's Watford. Skip pass from Fabian to the left to Pickard, back on the top, and Watford. Watford penetrates. 3 ball on the way by Pickard, and the foot was on the line. That'll be a 2. We're at a 2-2 tie.
Yeah, Hammond Baptist is going to have to watch out for Pickard. He was dominant in the first quarter of their first matchup on Wednesday. The kid's got a real nice stroke from the outside.
Well, Hammond Baptist on the attack now from Blank. Down low to Pinley. Cutting is Mankato. Kicks it back out. This is Mundy into the lane. And tries to find a man in the right corner, but the pass goes out of bounds. Turnover by the Swordsman.
That's a poor decision by Monday. Should have looked to his left. He had his center wide open under the basket. Decided to go right as well and turned it over.
Bass and Pickard having a little discussion in the backcourt. Now Pickard will bring it across the timeline. 2-2 tie, 6:57 left in the opening quarter. This is Watford. He goes into the lane to Fabian. Loses the handle on it, but it is able to be saved on the baseline. And we've got a 3-second call going against Fellowship Baptist.
You have to give Hammond Baptist a lot of credit. Micah Fabian was the dominant force under the basket in the first matchup, and so far they're double-teaming him under the basket with that zone coverage and able to contain him.
Well, Mundy on the dribble, found a lane, goes to the hole, off the glass, it won't fall, but he's fouled. Curtis Mundy will go to the line to shoot a couple for Hammond Baptist.
Excellent.
Foul on number 4, Josh Bass. Excuse me, Brandon.
No, it's okay. Excellent awareness there by Monday. Saw an opening in the lane. Fellowship playing man by the Hammond offense. Goes to the exterior. They try to move the ball around the perimeter a lot, and he just saw a lane and drove to the basket, was able to get to the line.
First free throw is up and off the iron. It won't fall. He'll get one more. Had an opportunity to do the inter-squad game back in late October, and one thing that impressed me about Monday, ball handling skills, good shooter, a good decision maker. He recognizes what's available to him on the floor.
And he just demonstrated that with the last play. Unfortunately, he couldn't make his free throws.
And the rebound comes down to Fellowship Baptist. 2-2 tie, 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bass has it. Left side. On the wing. Man-to-man defense for Hammond Baptist, but it has 2-3 zone principles in there, Brandon, the way they're dropping back when the ball is on the opposite side of the floor. Nice spin move, pass off. That's Finley trying to find a place to get a shot up. He can't. It's knocked out of his hands. Here come the swordsman. That's Blank. Gives it up to Mundy. With the dribble, Mundy trying to work fast. Has to give it up to Mankato. And we've got a whistle away from the action, and we've got a 3-second violation against the Swordsman.
Yeah, to go off what you were saying there, Jerry, you're right with the 2-3 defense for Hammond. I think they're just adapting to Fellowship's game. They have a big man underneath in Micah Fabian, but really long players on the outside in Pickard and Finley, and that Hammond Baptist defense is just there to contain them, because all Fellowship tries to do is get the ball to the basket, and when they get underneath, they have 3 or 4 guys there to stop the easy basket.
Watford has the basketball, being defended by McCollum. Goes between the legs, tries to go crossover. McCollum gets a hand on it, forces Watford to have to go chase it down. Now he lost the dribble and needs help. This is Pickard. Couple of spin moves, goes into the lane. Nice poke by Penley, making the ball loose. But we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Hammond Baptist.
Yeah, you can see the awareness by the Hammond Baptist defense. As soon as a player in a blue uniform gets into the paint, the 4 players at least converge onto the ball, and Fellowship hasn't been able to get anything going in the lane thus far.
Colin Mankato with the foul, his first team first. Fellowship inbounds from the baseline. This is Watford. Gives it up. 3 on the way. Fabian And that is good. We have a whistle underneath the basket. Micah Fabian with a 3-ball puts Fellowship up 5-2. Let's see what the call is. And we're going to get a foul on Hammond Baptist under the basket on a blockout attempt. Colin Mercado picks up his team second. So the bucket will count, and Fellowship will get the basketball under their own basket. That's coming into the game. Simon Cervantes replacing Mercado. On the inbound, Watford has it. 3-ball on the way from the corner. That no good by Bass. Rebound Penley, and here come the Swordsmen. Monday brings it up the right side of the floor. Nice pass, driving the baseline. McCullum, but he lost the handle. Turnover, Fellowship comes the other way, and Pickard dribbles through 3. Hammond Baptist Swordsman finally knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll stay with Fellowship.
That's the second turnover tonight for Monday. He just looks a little excited every time he gets the ball. He's made 2 poor decisions trying to distribute to his teammates.
Bass will take it out, baseline left side. Looking for help. Somebody needs to move. Finally, Watford does and gets the basketball. Goes right side to Fabian, who wants to put up another 3. That's in and out. Rebound to Cervantes. Quickly the other way. Penley to the basket. Spin move. In. Got it. Nathaniel Penley with his second field goal. Hammond Baptist within 1, 5-4. 4:35 to play in the first.
That's good movement by Hammond Baptist, finding Nathaniel Penley under the basket. Was able to get down the floor quickly on the fast break. Knew he had the advantage underneath with Finley on him, and was able to take advantage.
And we have a pass thrown away by Pickard. Turnover by Fellowship. 5-4. Fellowship leads at 4:24 in the first quarter. Here come the Swordsmen going left to right. Monday with the dribble. Works on the right side of the floor as Bass waits to defend. Into the corner, that's Blank. Looking for help, gets it to Monday. Swung quickly to the top, and Cervantes goes into the corner. Blank, that's left side. Into Penley, off the glass. Got it, he's fouled. Nathaniel Penley with all 6 Hammond Baptist points, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Foul on Matthew Finley of Fellowship Baptist.
Well, you have to know that Coach Woosley understands the mismatch that he has with Nathaniel Penley being guarded man-to-man by Matthew Finley underneath, about a 2-inch height advantage for Penley, and you have to think that the Swordsmen are going to have to take advantage of that for the duration of this game.
Penley, as the Jim gets quiet, misses the free throw. Offensive rebound, McCullum. He can't get it to fall, and on the battle for the board, we have a whistle and a foul. It's going against Hammond Baptist.
But you know, Jerry, it's not as if Fellowship doesn't have the size to be able to match up with Penley and Fabian and in Watford, a couple of big guys, so they'll have to make adjustments defensively if Penley stays hot.
We're midway through the first quarter. Hammond Baptist with a 6-5 lead over Fellowship here in the championship game of the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational. With the crossover, Bass gets to the elbow right, passes out to Fabian, who misses a jumper. Rebound, Monday. Brings it down the middle of the floor this time quickly. Stops at the free throw line, gives it up. Blank on the left side. Into the lane at the free throw line. McCullum tries to drive, knocked away. Monday comes up with his pack to Penley, knocked away. Fellowship the other way, 1 against 3. That'll cause Watford to slow it down. Pickard gives it up to Bass. For Fellowship, Chris Clayton is in the lineup now. Watford with the basketball, wing on the right side. He's going to bring it to the middle of the floor, being defended by McCullum. Going to take it right to Bass. Not a lot of movement going on by the Fellowship offense right now, Brandon.
Yeah, they like to move the ball around the perimeter and really take their time. In that first game on Wednesday, they ate up about half the game just distributed around the arc.
Wadsford pass intended for Clayton, knocked away, and Hammond Baptist comes up with it. Here's Monday. Into the corner, Cervantes. Looking as they're trying to get it into Penley, but you see Fellowship also collapsing.
Absolutely. Well, they know that Penley is a force underneath, and you can see right there Watford just hanging around 51, waiting for him to get the ball.
Blank misses a three-pointer. Cervantes got the rebound, but a travel violation against Hammond Baptist. Into the lineup for Fellowship, Chris King, number 20.
Yeah, definitely contrasting styles here offensively early on, Jerry. Fellowship taking their time, moving the ball around the perimeter, and when Hammond Baptist has had the ball on their end and our right side, they've just been trying to drive to the basket and use their long arms and the force they have underneath and Penley to get to the ball.
Fellowship with the ball, but Hammond Baptist with the lead, 6-5, 2:15 left in the first. Quick hands by Cervantes, knocks the ball out of bounds into the Hammond Baptist bench, stays with Fellowship. Inbounded to Bass. Right here in front of us as we sit right behind the Hammond Baptist bench here at Hiles-Anderson. And we have a traveling violation against Pickard. Started to dribble, then he wanted to pass, and the feet shuffled as he was trying to change his mind.
That will get called every time. Cameron Dishman now checking in for Hammond Baptist as they will go big. He checks in for 31, Jordan McCullum. McCullum was the leading scorer for the Swordsmen on Wednesday. So Hammond Baptist going with their big men underneath, and Dishman and Penley.
McCullum scoreless as Penley has all 6 Hammond Baptist points. Swordsman by 1. Here's Penley with a turnaround. He's got it, and he's fouled. That was a nice little quick move to the right, spin to the left, and a nice soft jumper off the rim.
It was, and if you're Blake Wadford right there, he comes over shaking his head because he knows he was trying to act like he didn't foul him, but he knows he did. But if you're going to foul Nathaniel Penley right now, you got to hack at his arm and make sure that ball doesn't go, and you just can't stand there with your arms up in the air.
And Penley completes the three-point play to give Hammond Baptist a 4-point advantage at 9-5.
And that's the second and one tonight for Penley as well.
Who was that foul on, Fred?
Watford.
On Watford, that was his first.
Yes, sir.
So here comes Fellowship, now trailing by 4, 1:40 to play in the opening quarter. Stripped was Pickard. And here's Bass the other way, gives it up to Cervantes. Takes it to the middle, gives it up to Blank on the right side. And we are going to get a foul underneath. And that's the second on Nathaniel Penley. So Penley and Mangato with 2 each for Hammond Baptist, 4 teams total. Coming into the lineup, David Cowling.
Well, Fellowship made the switch defensively. I mentioned it earlier. They had Jordan McCullum guarding Penley to start. Now it's Watford down there trying to contain Penley, and they're just battling on both ends of the floor.
Nice strip right there by Cowling. Going to the bucket, knocked to the floor by Pickard. No call, but Pickard touched the ball last. It'll stay with Hammond Baptist. You can hear some fans, hey, he got knocked down, and they are right.
Well, yeah.
Triggering it, baseline right side is Cowling. Gets it in to Blank, and off his hands and out of bounds as he had trouble controlling the inbound pass.
Yeah, it was a design play there by the Swordsman. It was well executed, and a good feed from the inside, but Bass just couldn't control the ball.
So Bass is going to bring the basketball up. Across the timeline as we approach 1 minute here in the first. 9-5, Hammond Baptist. Bass gives it up to Pickard. Pickard to Watford. Watford with the dribble, going to take it back near the timeline as Cowling defends in a man-to-man. Now Cervantes comes to help. Now Pickard takes it to the hole, had it go in and out. Rebound to Hammond Baptist, and here comes Mundy quickly the other way down the right side of the floor. Looking to get it into Dishman, couldn't. Blank swung around to the left side, now Cowling. Intended pass was for Dishman, knocked away, but Hammond Baptist comes up with it. Mundy, nice little juke move, gets around Bass. Shot went, but the whistle and the foul against Bass was called before Mundy was able to put the shot up, and that's 2 on Josh Bass. 4th team foul on Fellowship.
Yeah, you'll have to think and hope that the teams will settle down a little bit. A lot of fouls, a lot of interaction going on underneath the basket, swatting of the arms, and off the ball fouls so far here in the first quarter.
So that's Cowling to trigger the inbound. Gets it into Cervantes as we're down to 20 seconds. Cowling with it. Blank. Cervantes, and the ball moves left. Mundy makes a move at the free throw line. Is stopped. Gets it back out to Cervantes. The crowd counts down the clock. Ball is loose on the floor. Tapped around. Quickly, shot put up. No good. Dishman, it was after the horn, and that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Hammond Baptist 9, Fellowship Baptist 5. Back with the second after this. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois. Misprint can help your team's identification with team banners, trading cards, personalized team posters, stickers, decals, and fundraising ideas too. Misprint has 2 locations, 8244 Calumet Avenue in Munster and in Hammond at 6931 Calumet Avenue. Both locations open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and in Munster, Saturdays till noon. Online, it's misprintusa.com. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, designs, and signs. Tonight's game is being underwritten by your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agents in Lake County. Different drivers require different kinds of car insurance. Coverage from house to house isn't always the same. And life policies vary too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County is proud to in part underwrite high school sports on 90.5 FM WRTW The Key. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County.
Welcome back to the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealer presentation of high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network on 90.5 FM, the Key, Crown Point, WRTW. We're also streaming worldwide on the internet at regionsports.com. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers. For more details on the great Chevy lineup, the website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Along with Brandon Alexander, Jerry Siska back with you here at Hiles-Anderson College. It's the championship game of the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational Tournament. Hammond Baptist with a 9-5 lead over Fellowship Baptist as we are just underway here in the second quarter. Foul against Hammond Baptist here early on, 22, David Cowling. His first, team 5th, and Fellowship to bring it in from the baseline. Here's Watford with it. Gives it up to Bass, back to Watford, left side, King, and he travels. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Sherrville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541, and they are online at www.rkmissgroup.com. So here's Hammond Baptist attacking offensively. Down low, Dishman goes up, misses the shot, but he's fouled. He's going to get 2 free throws.
Fellowship coming out with wholesale changes here in the second quarter. Jerry Watford, the only player that remains from the first, coming in with Dylan Fabian, the second of the Fabian brothers, also just as large as the other. I think these two might be twins, to be honest with you, the way that they look. But just going a little smaller on their lineup. They were having a tough time getting inside in that first quarter to get to the basket, and they're trailing right now. You got to think that they're going with a speedier lineup to try to speed up their offense, Jerry. First free throw by Dishman is good. It's a 10-5 Hammond Baptist lead as Jordan McCullum gets set to re-enter the Hammond Baptist lineup. Mark Blank will take a break. Dishman takes the basketball from the official, then toes the line. 3 dribbles. Good knee bend, shot up and good. Nice looking free throw, Cam Dishman. Hits them both. 6-point advantage to the Swordsman. 7:10 to play in the first half. Here comes Fellowship. Bass with the basketball across the half-court line. Mundy defending. Bass goes to the right, gives it up to Watford. Watford with the dribble, goes between the leg. He's got Cowling on him. The runner in the lane. No good, but traveling first by Blake Watford. Yeah, went for that spin to his right. It was a nice move. Unfortunately, you can't hang on to the ball when you take 3 steps like that. Fellowship Baptist takes a timeout. It's a 30. We'll keep it right here. 6:55 to play in the first half. Hammond Baptist 11, Fellowship Baptist 5. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Brandon and I will name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies, they have offices open from 9 to 9, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays until 2. They're in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Region Sports Network coverage of high school basketball returns next week with more exciting hoops action. Stay logged on to regionsports.com for the updated broadcast schedule. So back to the court. Both squads go.
And it will be Hammond Baptist basketball as we return to action here in the second quarter. Mundy with the dribble up, crosses the half-court line. The guards for Fellowship really play way back at the free throw line. Don't step up really at all to defend. They put no pressure.
No, they really don't. They've let the Swordsmen move the ball, and they did the same when they played them on Wednesday that I saw as well, Jerry. They're really just concerned with containing that inside presence that they get from Dishman and Penley, but Penley right now on the bench resting his legs.
Dishman has that pass, lost the handle, got it back. Cervantes with it at the top, being defended by Clayton. Tries to go into Dishman. He forced that. It was knocked around. Fortunately, Hammond Baptist comes up with it. McCullum, a turnaround. No good. Battle for the loose ball. Dishman. It won't go. Rebound, McKinney for Fellowship.
Nice defense there by Watford and Fabian for Fellowship.
Boy, that shot by Dishman just rolled all around the rim.
Yeah.
It just would not drop. So here's Watford with the basketball. Gives it up to Bass, who's at the half-court circle. Brings it to the left side. That's McKinney. McKinney gives it up to Clayton. McKinney gets it back. Defended by McCullum. Silly foul. Silly foul, 25 feet from the basket. It's a reach. Jordan McCullum is first.
Well, you got to leave space. You have to give space when you're that far outside of the basket. The coaches will always tell you that because when they're moving a ball around their head like that, you know, their forearm is going to run into your hand, and it's going to go on the defender every time.
Bass working against Cervantes. This is Clayton with it. Gives it back up to Bass, who works on the right side. Now dribbles to the top of the key. Backs it out near the half-court circle. Good defense by Cervantes. He's not giving Bass any room at all when Bass tries to take the lane.
Well, the Swordsmen know the game for Fellowship, moving it on the outside, and they're just relentless with their defense outside the arc right now.
Bass on the left wing. Tries a crossover. It's off Bass's leg. It'll go to Hammond Baptist. That created by the good defense by Simon Cervantes.
Yeah, Cervantes, again, getting low, getting his arms out, getting his hands out, trying to expose the dribbling of Fellowship as they attempt to move the ball. It was a quick kick to the right by Fellowship, and Cervantes was just able to get his hand on it.
Curtis Pickard back in for Fellowship as the Swordsmen come up the floor with Curtis Mundy handling. Mundy swings it left, Cervantes. Into the paint to McCollum. He takes it to the goal. He won't get it, but he was cracked over the arms by Blake Watford. It'll be his second. Well, they're actually going to call it against number 4, Josh Bass, and that's Bass's third. So foul before Watford got him over the arms, and Bass will have to sit out the rest of this first half. 5:08 on the clock.
There's a good aggressive move there by McCullum.
Mundy takes the inbound pass, jumper, and he got it, his first point of the evening. And it's now a 13-5 Hammond Baptist lead. Here's Pickard into the front court. Clayton, who just re-entered with Bass's third foul. Into the right corner, and that's Fabian. 45, Micah Fabian hits a three. His second tray of the ball game.
He has 2 for 5 on the night now as Fabian. That's his sweet spot over there on the right elbow, Jerry. He's standing there every possession. Hammond's got to recognize.
Cervantes gives it up to Mundy. Takes it from the left. Uses the right hand to get to the paint. Dishman has it. Low block right side. Brings it back out. Cowling, and it comes back to the middle to Cervantes as Hammond Baptist resets. Mundy thought about the three with the little pump fake. Feet move. Traveling call.
Second turnover on traveling tonight for the Swordsmen. Things are going to happen. The referees are on top of everything this evening.
Pickard with the dribble. Cervantes waits right at the half-court line. Gives it up to Micah Fabian on the right side. Skip pass. Josh Bass left. Back to Pickard. Swung back toward the right in Watford. Clayton with the dribble. Pickard brings it from the left to the top. Watford had in the right corner to Micah Fabian, top of the key. Knocked around. Dishman comes down with it. And the foul going to go again. Cam Dishman is first. Dishman did not have the position. He was battling.
Yeah.
Finally just contact from over the back.
Well, you know, he's so much bigger than most of the other guys under that basket is Cameron. It's hard not to foul because your elbow's coming down on top of your opponent's head when you're going up for the rebound. I thought it was clean. It looked clean from here, but the guy that matters thought differently.
It's going to be a 1 in the bonus for Dylan Fabian, as that is the 7th team foul against Hammond Baptist. First free throw up and good, so Fabian will get another. 6'2" senior center for Fellowship Baptist. Second one no good. That's Dishman with the board. Mundy quickly along the right side of the floor, right in front of the benches. With the left hand, goes toward the lane, gives it up to McCullum. He's cut off on the right baseline, so he turns around, puts up a jumper, no good. Dishman with the good battle off the glass and scores. Cameron Dishman makes it 15-9. Hammond Baptist 3.5 left in this first half.
Great continuation there by Cameron Dishman, following up on the ball, picking up the rebound, and moving it to the hoop and using his size to get a basket.
Watford, nice entry pass to Fabian. And we have a poke for a steal. And did it go out of bounds? Callum Mikado.
Stepped out of bounds.
Callum Mikado in. As Curtis Mundy will have a break. Fellowship inbound from the baseline. Watford has it. Three again. Good. Micah Fabian.
Same spot.
He has 9 of Fellowship's 12 points in this first half. 3 minutes to go. 15-12 Hammond Baptist. There's Cervantes with it. That's Collins. Mercado here on the right side, drives the baseline, goes off the glass. Dishman's there for the board, and he's fouled. That should go against Dylan Fabian. And it will, and that's his second. And into the ball game, Matthew Finley for Fellowship. Fabian will have to wait for just a moment. Dishman will get 2. He'll have to wait until after that first free toss. First one up and no good. Nathaniel Penley was going to come in, but he's called back by Coach Woosley, and it's going to be Mark Blank that's going to go into the ball game.
You know, you can't argue with the decision for Mercado to drive to the basket there. He was driving into triple coverage, but he knew he was either going to get fouled or miss the basket, and he's got the biggest player on the court underneath to pick up the rebound. And here he's at the free throw line.
Dishman, second free throw, barely nicks the front of the rim, but the offensive rebound right there by Mercado. His shot out of bounds. Here comes Blank into the game now. Blank will replace Dishman, and it'll be Fellowship basketball. Well, actually, we're going to shoot free throws down on the other end.
Yeah, in the bonus.
We had a whistle on the baseline.
Yeah, good awareness there by Micah Fabian on the defensive end, picking up on the rebound by Cowling, I believe it was, Jerry, and forcing him to basically just shoot it out of bounds. And now here at the other end, his teammate finds himself on the line. Fellowship keeping the game close at 15-12 right now, based on the hot shooting of that Micah Fabian.
Did you catch who that foul was on Hammond Baptist? Free throw is no good, but an offensive board for King. In the lane, puts it up over McCullum and scores. Chris King with his first field goal, and it's a 15-14 game.
I believe it was Cervantes underneath.
Thank you, sir. That'll be his first. And it's Cervantes bringing it up the floor for Hammond Baptist on the dribble. Gives it up to Cowling on the left side. And we've got contact in the lane, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the foul going to go against Blake Watford of Fellowship, his second. And that is going to bring Matthew Finley back into the ball game for Fellowship Baptist.
18 fouls already for Fellowship. Still 2.5 left to go here in the second quarter.
Both teams are in the bonus now. And Jordan McCullum going to go to the line to shoot free throws. First one is up and good. McCullum will get another. 16-14 Hammond Baptist, 2:26 to go in the first half. McCullum, second free throw, up and off the back of the iron. Long rebound, chased down by Blank, and here comes Hammond Baptist on the attack. Mercado to the rim, it won't go. And on the rebound, we have a whistle and a traveling call against Curtis Pickard of Fellowship.
That was a good drive to the basket there. Mankato, ball just came off his left hand, a little hot off the backboard. He was looking to hit the box and roll it in. Just couldn't find it.
Cowling looking for somewhere to go. Finds McCullum. And we have a traveling call on McCullum. Tried to make a pivot move, look for somewhere to go, whether it was top or in the paint. Foot slid.
Fourth turnover on traveling now in this first half for the Swordsmen.
Pickard with the basketball. Up the floor quickly. Nice pass across the floor and a travel. Traveling call on Chris King. Fellowship moved the ball down the floor in a hurry, though, on that break.
Yeah, they came down real quick. Well, you know, Curtis Pickard's having a really hard time now on the offensive side of the ball, being guarded man-to-man by Simon Cervantes. We referenced it earlier, Jerry. The kid's just playing out of his mind on the defensive end of the ball right now. So Fellowship's best break is to get the fast break.
Cervantes tried a crossover move to get some action in the lane, but he was cut off nicely by Pickard. He gets the nice pass on the inside to McCullum, though. He couldn't get the score, but he got the assist. McCullum, the field goal, and it's 18-14, under 2 to play in the first half. Hammond Baptist with the lead. Pickard to King. On the baseline, McKinney. Back to King. Back to Pickard. Pickard tries running the right side of the lane and hits it. Curtis Pickard makes it an 18-16 ball game. Hammond Baptist, 1.5 to play.
Nice move and finger roll there by Pickard.
Cervantes to blank. Cowling. Ball works on the left side of the floor. Now to the top and Mankato. Hammond Baptist resets. Mankato takes it. Gives it up to Cervantes right in front of the Fellowship bench. Cowling puts up an awkward shot. That's no good. Good box out and rebound right there by Ben McKinney of Fellowship. Here comes Pickard into the lane. Contact. Offensive foul. Offensive foul. Curtis Pickard. Nice job right there, taking the charge by Mark Blank.
Yeah, great job by Blank there, getting his feet set. He knew what Pickard was doing. It was the same move he made just a possession ago, going for the finger roll off the right side of the lane, and he had it the whole way. A great play to give the Swordsmen the ball back in a 2-point game here, coming up on the end of the first half.
Dishman and Mundy back in for this final minute of the first half. Hammond Baptist ball, and they lead it by 2. Here's Cervantes. Mundy has it on the left wing. They're going to leave him open there. He's going to take that 3. Inside to Dishman, lost the handle. Fellowship picks it up. Here's Pickard. Now Cervantes all over Pickard. Nearly had a steal in the backcourt. Now Cervantes is going to steal it from behind, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the Hammond Baptist crowd not happy about that call whatsoever.
Well, Cervantes and Pickard are just battling at it right now. Isolated on the far end here on the right side. All 8 of the other players in the court had moved down for a Fellowship possession, and it was Cervantes and Pickard across the half-court line just battling for a ball, and Cervantes was able to catch up to him and had the foul called on him as Pickard looked to penetrate and to get to the possession. Here he is at the free throw line.
And Pickard gets the first one to fall. He'll get another second foul on Cervantes. One more for Curtis Pickard as it's 18-17. 34 ticks remain in this first half. Second free throw by Pickard. We're tied. Second tie of the ball game. But it hasn't been tied since it was 2-2. Mundy. Ball is down low to Dishman. Handoff on the right baseline. That's Mankato, and we get a travel. Turnover against Hammond Baptist.
Now, Mankato turned around and had the big body of Dylan Fabian right in his face. The 6'3 junior Fabian, or the 6'2 senior, I should say, is Fabian. And Mankato was just a little aggressive trying to move the ball, and his feet slipped.
Watford back into the game for Fellowship as Dylan Fabian has a seat. And trying to inbound the ball. Was that Pickard down there?
Yeah.
And he stepped on the baseline. So the turnover gives the ball back to Hammond Baptist as they trigger it from the baseline on the offensive side of the floor. This will be Mankato to bring it in. Gets it into Mundy. Monday has it stripped as he tries to drive into the paint, but he's on the floor, gets the ball back, and we get a timeout by Hammond Baptist while Monday had control.
A nice awareness there by Monday, getting the timeout. Coach Woosley over here on the bench yelling at him as soon as he was on the floor with the ball to get that timeout. Official caught it, they got it in.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 19 seconds remaining in the half. And the ball game tied at 18. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Sherrville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541, and they are online at www.rkmissgroup.com. So 18-18, it'll be Hammond Baptist ball with 19.2 seconds left in the first half. You are listening to the championship game of the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational Basketball Tournament between Hammond Baptist and Fellowship Baptist of North Carolina.
And a real competitive second quarter that we've seen here, Jerry. Both teams getting a little chippy out here. They've kind of matched each other on turnovers through traveling, both in the bonus now with fouls, and just good defensive efforts on both sides of the court.
Mankato to trigger the inbounds on the baseline. Mundy has it, dumps it inside Dishman. Dishman tries to go off the glass, no good. Dishman gets the board, but it's going to be an over-the-back call and a second personal on Cameron Dishman.
Dishman's got to be a little more aware than that. He knows that Dylan Fabian's right in front of him, and he's going to have to reach over. Fabian's the only guy, well, the Fabian brothers, I should say, are the only guys in blue jerseys that can match up with Dishman size for size. So he knows that if he's behind him, he's got to concede the rebound and at least go for the steal.
I have 10 team fouls on my sheet, so that should give Dylan Fabian 2 shots. This is double bonus. He missed that first?
He did.
One more shot at them. That's what I get for putting my head down and drawing circles on my paper.
That's what I'm here for, sir.
He missed the second. The offensive rebound to McKinney. Thrown out near half court, and Micah Fabian gets it. Gives it up to Pickard, trying to work on the dribble, and we get a timeout, a 30-second timeout, called by head coach Ken Finley of Fellowship Baptist. That comes with 4.6 seconds remaining in his first half of the 18-18 tie.
That was a good effort there by Dylan Fabian to get his own rebound off of the free throw. A little lackadaisical move by the right side of the swordsman coming off of that free throw. Was able to retain possession for Fellowship, and they will try to get the last shot of this half and go to the locker room with a lead.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, Brandon and I will be naming the Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game. That's underwritten by our friends at Berry Brothers, providing quality work and safety footwear and apparel. It's 19-46. Let's see what Ken Finley draws up for this final 5 seconds as they added 6/10 of a second back onto the clock. Fellowship will trigger the inbound right here in front of us, in front of the Hammond Baptist bench. As Micah Fabian comes over to trigger the inbound pass. It comes into Pickard. Pickard quickly to Micah Fabian. 3-ball off the rim, no good. Pickard with the putback. That won't go, and that's the end of the first half with the score. Hammond Baptist 18 and Fellowship Baptist 18. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network. The only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Sherrville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players in highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com.
For over 65 years, the Town Club in Highland has been serving generations of region diners. The Town Club specializes in steaks, prime rib, and perch, all served in a warm and cozy environment, and is open for lunch and dinner. The Town Club is a restaurant that hungry diners will want to return to again and again. The Town Club, 2904 45th Street in Highland.
It's Tara for Christensen Chevy. Christensen Chevrolet is a local family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership celebrating over 60 years in the community, serving all of Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. If you stop in, you can see why families and businesses have put their trust in us for generations. At Christensen, we have an enormous inventory of new Chevys with all of your favorite models in stock, ready for immediate delivery, because that's the Christensen way. We're Christensen Chevrolet, proud sponsor of our great local high school athletic programs on Indy Boulevard in Highland, or visit ChristensenChevy.com.
Sports in the region are about tradition, and since 1946, Berry Brothers in Hammond has built a tradition of quality and service. With a professionally trained sales staff, Berry Brothers offers a selection of quality American-made work boots, safety shoes, and apparel. Located on Indianapolis Boulevard, a half-mile north of Interstate 94, Berry Brothers is devoted to providing exceptional service to ensure the satisfaction of every customer. Berry Brothers is open 7 days a week, and gift certificates are available. The website is berrybros.com.
Join Pastor John Wilkerson and the First Baptist Church family as our guest for a special musical celebration, Sing We Now of Christmas. Join two friends on a musical journey as they discover the real meaning of Christmas. Enjoy special music from a 200-voice choir, the FBC Orchestra, children's groups, as well as drama and media presentations. This special choral and media event will have several seatings: Saturday, December 13th at 6 p.m., Sunday, December 14th at 10:45 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Join us at the First Baptist Church of Hammond, located at 473 Sibley Street in downtown Hammond. For more information, the phone number is 932-0711, or find us online at fbchammond.com. Again, that is Sing We Now of Christmas, December 13th and 14th at the First Baptist Church of Hammond.
Back with you here at Hiles-Anderson College as we welcome you back to the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy the presentation of high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network on the Key 90.5 FM WRTW Crown Point and 90.5 FM WRTK in Paxton, Illinois, and we're streaming worldwide on the internet at regionsports.com. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, number one. You're listening to the championship game of the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational Basketball Tournament, and it has been a good one. 18-18 tie here at the break between Hammond Baptist and Fellowship Baptist, and it's been a very entertaining first half. Yeah. It's been filled with some less than, we'll call it subpar free throw shooting and some turnovers that have hurt both teams.
Yeah, both teams have, for lack of a better term, really shot themselves in the foot by dragging that foot a few times, both with, I believe, 4 and 5 turnovers, respectively, for Hammond Baptist and Fellowship on traveling for the game. And then to the free throw shooting, we were talking about it off the air, Jerry. What was it? It was 4 for 10?
4 for 10 for Hammond Baptist. Yep.
And then 3 for 7 for Fellowship. So, they're both in the classrooms right now, the locker rooms, I guess you could say, over here at Hiles-Anderson, getting talked to by the coaches, and that's going to be a message by both coaching staffs, because it's a close game. It was 9-5 after the first quarter, a lot more scoring that we saw in the second. The exterior shooting of Micah Fabian for Fellowship has really kept them in this game. Kids 3 for 6 from outside the arc, found a sweet spot. I thought it was interesting in the last possession that his first shot from the left side, they decided to design a play to put him on the left, where he's been so hot from the right side throughout the duration of the first half. So I really didn't understand that. But again, he's got 9 points, I believe, on the game so far, and he's really been the cog of their offense as that zone put on by Hammond has really contained their inside play.
Take a look at some of the unofficial numbers. 4 players have scored for each side. For Hammond Baptist, Nathaniel Pendley, 9 points, all coming in the opening quarter. Also, Cameron Dishman off the bench has 4. Jordan McCullum with 3, and Curtis Mundy with 2, a field goal in the second quarter. As we mentioned, 4 of 10 from the free throw line for Hammond Baptist in the opening half. No 3-point field goals for the Swordsmen. For Fellowship Baptist, they were led in scoring by Michael Fabian, 9 points, 3 3-point field goals. Curtis Pickard has 6, Chris King has 2, and Dylan Fabian has 1 for a total of 18 for Fellowship Baptist. 3 of 7 at the free throw line for Fellowship. Game has been tied twice at 2 and again at 18, and one lead change, and that came when Hammond Baptist took a 6-5 lead in the first quarter. It's been tied from start to finish, and it is tied 16 more minutes to determine who walks away with the 2014 Hiles-Anderson College Invitational Tournament Trophy. 18-18 here at the half. Back with more after this. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois. Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
At the Crowell Companies, our customers are more than just numbers on a ledger or anonymous people who sign up online. Our customers are the families we see at the ball fields, the grocery store, and all around the community. That's because for nearly 50 years, the Crowell Companies have been part of the community right here in Northwest Indiana, offering personalized custom services that only a local company can provide. For home, auto, and business insurance, it's the Crowell Companies, 923-2131, and online at crowellinsurance.com. The Crowell Companies, home of the insurance superheroes.
Blue 82, located in St. John just across from Lake Central High School, is where big screen sports, mouth-watering food, live music, and good times are all on the same team. Featuring food prepared from scratch with top-quality ingredients, Blue 82 provides a fun and relaxed atmosphere for groups big and small. Blue 82 is open for quick lunches, outstanding dinners, and late-night snacks. To see all that Blue 82 has to offer, including their menu, the website is www.blue82.net.
McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel, with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane's 1-800-837-1400 or online at mcshanes.com.
Have you ever thought about continuing your education? The Lord Jesus Christ at his departure issued a great commission that his followers should go into all of the world and preach and teach the gospel to every living person. Knowing how to be effective at fulfilling that great commission can be a daunting task. That's why you should consider Hiles-Anderson College's online studies program. With Hiles-Anderson College, you know you will be getting premier Bible teaching from some of the most prestigious Bible professors in America. And with the ability to take it online, you'll have the flexibility to fit your continuing education into your hectic schedule. Check out Hiles-Anderson College on the web at www.hilesanderson.com. Hiles-Anderson, a greatly commissioned college.
You're listening to Prep Basketball on the Region Sports Network on 90.5 FM, The Key, WRTW Crown Point, and WRTK Paxton, Illinois. We're streaming worldwide on the internet at regionsports.com. It's underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevy runs deep. Along with Brandon Alexander, Jerry Siska back with you here at Hiles-Anderson College. It's Hammond Baptist ball as we begin the third quarter. 18-18 tie here in this championship game of the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational. This is McCullum on the floor, along with Blank, Mancato, Mundy, and Penley. So it's the original starting 5 for Hammond Baptist as Mark Blank hits a three-pointer. And it's a 21-18 Hammond Baptist lead.
A nice start there for the Swordsmen, getting their first 3 of the night.
Here comes Fellowship Baptist. Pickard with the basketball. Watford's out there, so is Bass, Finley, and Micah Fabian. So it's the original starting 5 for Fellowship as well. Between the circles with the left hand, Pickard now crosses over, comes back right, goes to Fabian in the right corner. Now Pickard. Back to Fabian in the corner. All the way out, and Bass. Bass's pass knocked away.
Nice play.
And that is Moncado with it, and then he threw it away to Pickard. And a whistle. Whistle and a foul against Hammond Baptist. And that's going against Jordan McCullum, his second.
And, you know, it's the second time tonight, Jerry, that Moncado has just got ahead of himself a little bit. On the second possession of the game, he threw it away. And then right there, he had the dribble, didn't have to pass it like he did. He could have taken his time and set a possession for his team, but instead tried to get the break and just gave it back.
And Pickard on the drive, fouled by Curtis Mundy, his first. It's already 2 teams against Hammond Baptist here in the second half. Basketball into Finley. Fabian. Now Watford on the right side, being defended by McCullum. With the left hand, Watford tries to get into the lane, can't, so he's going to give it up to Pickard, who's going to bring it back out between the circles and reset. Pickard works on Mundy with the left hand, gives it up to Watford. Watford with the right hand tries to work on McCullum, nothing there, good defense. Watford, Pickard. Pickard makes a spin move to try to get away from McCullum, get away from Mundy. McCullum stepped up, nearly picked it, but couldn't. Fellowship really bringing the ball way out, almost really spreading the floor, Brandon, as we're under 6 minutes here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's their MO. You know, they got some good ball handlers in Watford and Pickard, but Pickard has just had fits tonight with this Hammond defense.
In the corner with the left hand
nice
from
play.
the right side. Jumper good. Matthew Finley, his first basket of the ball game, 21-20.
Patience paying off there for Fellowship. Hammond finally gave him an opening on the left side by the baseline.
Mundy takes it all the way to the glass. Can't get it to fall. Was tapped, and Mundy picked it up, but he had gone out of bounds after the layup and was the first one to touch the basketball back in. It's a no-no turnover.
Yeah, and it's up to his teammate Penley to get the inside there on the rebound as he was driving to the basket. Penley was just kind of standing under the basket waiting for something to happen. He has to be more aware of what's happening behind him.
1-3-1 zone trap, and that's going to be an over in the back call. Pickard got across the half-court line. The trap came. He had nowhere to go. And when he backed up, stepped back over into the backcourt.
Yeah, Hammond is well prepared for Curtis Pickard tonight. They are just all over him like white on rice when he comes across half-court, and it certainly showed there as he stepped back over.
So Mundy with the dribble. On the right side, Moncado has it. Back to Mundy, swung to the left side, and Blank. Blank, one dribble, picks it up, gets to the top of the key, Moncado. Back to Blank here on the wing left side as he's looking for Penley. Good defense by Finley, but Penley got his hand on it, was knocked away, out of bounds, stays with Hammond Baptist.
That was a really great pass there by Mark Blank. Put it in the only spot that Penley was able to get it as he was double-teamed under the basket. Unfortunately, Nathaniel couldn't just hang on to it.
Mundy triggers the inbound to Penley. Moncado,
nice movement.
Beautiful. Went from bottom to top and back inside, and Penley gets the basket.
Now Josh Bass there with the feed inside to Penley. Great awareness, reading the defense, saw the opening for an easy basket.
Quickly the other way, Fellowship comes. This is Bass with the basketball. He's trapped near the half-court line, having to come up to the free throw line. It's Fabian. He gets the ball. Finley takes a jumper from the left baseline. No good. Chased down Moncado, and here comes Hammond Baptist. Up 23-20 as we approach midway here in the third quarter. To the inside. Penley off the glass. Good. Penley with a big game tonight. 13 points here at the midway point of the third quarter. And that's what's sitting out all of a second because of foul difficulty.
Yep.
He is a mismatched nightmare for Fellowship right now.
Yep, and Hammond putting on the press in the backcourt, putting some pressure on Curtis Pickard to get it across. Just excellent defense by 35 Moncado for Hammond Baptist, keeping his hands low and making Pickard move the ball.
Fabian trying to find somewhere to get it in. He does to Clayton, who's just re-entered the Fellowship lineup. Watford on the right side into the corner, and Clayton has to bring it back out to Watford. Watford with the dribble, takes it to the free throw line. Kick, Micah Fabian, 3-ball left side, no good. Good box out, rebound, Mark Blank. Here comes Hammond Baptist the other way. Penley to the bucket, off the glass, he's got it. The big man can dribble it in the open floor as well, Brandon.
Yeah, he can shift his body around that block, too. It was a great job there by Fellowship, by Bass, setting his feet, trying to draw the charge. But Penley just too athletic getting around him.
And we have a whistle on a foul on a drive by Fellowship. This will go against the Swordsmen. 27-20. Hammond Baptist now up by 7 with 3:20 to play. Was that Mark Blank that picked up the foul?
It was.
44.
This longer lineup for Hammond really paying dividends on the offensive side here in the second half so far.
Fabian can't get it to fall. Penley with the rebound. 27-20. Swordsmen. We approach 3 minutes to play in the third. Driving the baseline. McCullum had it blocked from behind by Watford. Loose on the floor, but McCullum's able to get it. Gets it to Mundy. Blank. Inside on good ball movement to Penley, and the foul's going to go against Chris Clayton of Fellowship.
Yeah, Chris Clayton reaching inside there on Penley. Looks like Clayton's getting a little frustrated as Penley has just had his way with the Fellowship defense here for the first 5 minutes of this third quarter.
Mundy gets the basketball. Penley, pump fake around Clayton to the basket. He's got it.
Clayton's got no answer for this kid right now. Penley coming in with fresh legs, didn't play in the second quarter, and has just got the moves under the basket in the paint right now.
Penley with 9 in the first, 8 here in the third. He has 17 on the night. To the basket, Clayton can't get it to fall, but we've got a foul. It's going against Hammond Baptist. And that is going against Nathaniel Penley, and that'll be his third. That's the only thing that's stopped Nathaniel Penley tonight has been foul.
The foul trouble, yeah. Well, the Fellowship has to recognize that. You know, they have to drive to the basket and get underneath. You know, their whole offensive game is based on the patient perimeter movement, and it has worked out well for them. But here in the second half, Hammond's come out and played this fast-paced game. First free throw there by Clayton is good, but Hammond's playing this fast-paced offense that's gotten them out to now an 8-point lead after the free throw, and Fellowship just has to answer, and they have to move quicker. They're just going to run out of time.
Cervantes is back into the lineup for Hammond Baptist, as is David Cowling. Second free throw by Clayton is good as well, as Dylan Fabian re-enters for Fellowship. 29-22, 7-point advantage for Hammond Baptist with 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
And for Hammond Baptist, you want to keep the fast pace, but on the other hand, you know, you almost kind of want to slow it down as well because you're off to this hot start.
Penley gets it in the lane, brings it back out as he didn't have a shot available. Cervantes, McCullum at the elbow right side, takes it to the bucket, pull-up jumper, no. Dylan Fabian with the board for Fellowship.
And I always said that, Jerry.
Go ahead. Micah Fabian for 3, that's no good. Rebound, Penley of Hammond Baptist.
I only said that, Jerry, because when the Fabian brothers are in for Fellowship, Penley's going to have a harder time dominating the paint. That's the lineup they have in now.
McCullum, nice kick out. Penley with the jumper. Hits it. And, folks, this kid's only a sophomore. 31-22, 1:40 to play in the third. Fellowship the other way. This is Pickard. To the bucket, try to scoop, and we're going to get a foul, and that's going to get whistled against David Cowling.
Yep.
For Cowling, that'll be his second. It was on the shot. We'll get free throws here for Curtis Pickard.
Yeah, I don't think anybody expected Penley to get the ball on the baseline, almost a three-point land, and pop the shot, but he does. Nothing but net for Penley, and gives Hammond their largest lead of the night.
Cam Dishman gets set to come back in. First free throw by Pickard is no good. Dishman enters, and Penley will take a well-deserved break here at the 1:33 mark of the third quarter. 19 points for Nathaniel Penley. As Curtis Mundy gets set to come back in for Hammond Baptist as well. Pickard's second free throw, that's off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound to Cowling. Cervantes up the floor, Mangato. Now Cowling has it on the right side wing between the circles of Cervantes. Works its way down to the baseline left side. McCullum at 1:15. Inside, Dishman can't get it to fall. Dylan Fabian with the rebound. Here comes Bass for Fellowship. Mercado waits defensively. Bass the free throw line jumper. It hits to the right side of the rim. Cowling with the board. Cowling says, let's go, let's run it. Up the floor quickly. That's Mercado in the right corner. And now that there was nothing there on the break, Hammond Baptist will set the offense. McCullum has it on the wing left side. Looking for Dishman. That's a couple of big boys in there with Dishman and Fabian, isn't it, Brandon?
Yes, it is.
Scoop shot, no good. Dishman's going to get it over the back.
Yep.
Fabian able to get the position after the missed shot.
Fabian's had that dominance over Dishman tonight. That's the second over the back called on Cameron. You mentioned it, just a couple of just big boys underneath the basket bashing into each other, and Fabian's been able to get position, I should say, on the offensive side of the ball, and it's cost Cameron 2 fouls, and he'll have a seat now.
That's 3 on Dishman, so Penley will come back in with 39 seconds to play in the third. Here's Fellowship with Bass bringing it up, and Hammond Baptist falling back into that 1-3-1 three-quarter court trap. Bass gets it into the front court with the dribble. Gets to the middle, now to the left side, and Pickard, as we're down to 20 seconds. Bass has it. The scoreboard to our right, the offensive end for Fellowship, not working here at Hiles-Anderson, so the only board available to everyone is the one to the left. South side of the gymnasium. Micah Fabian for 3. Did he call bank?
He did.
And then it counts.
He did.
And
he made a withdrawal.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score. Hammond Baptist 31 and Fellowship Baptist 25. The fourth is next. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois. Misprint can help your team's identification with team banners, trading cards, personalized team posters, stickers, decals, and fundraising ideas too. Misprint has 2 locations, 8244 Calumet Avenue in Munster and in Hammond at 6931 Calumet Avenue. Both locations open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and in Munster, Saturdays till noon. Online, it's misprintusa.com. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, designs, and signs. Tonight's game is being underwritten by your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agents in Lake County. Different drivers require different kinds of car insurance. Coverage from house to house isn't always the same. And life policies vary too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County is proud to, in part, underwrite high school sports on 90.5 FM WRTW The Key. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County.
Back with you here at Hiles-Anderson College as the fourth quarter is underway of the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealer presentation of the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational Basketball Tournament Championship. It's underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealers, Chevrolet, the talk of the town. Fellowship with the basketball. And we are going to get a timeout called by Fellowship with 7:35 to play in the fourth. And Hammond Baptist enjoying a 6-point advantage, 31-25. It's a full timeout. Let's take one as well. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Schererville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players at highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com.
Network on 90.5 FM, WRTW. It's underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevy runs deep. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Cherryville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541. And they are online at www.rkmissgroup.com. What do we have happen down there?
Blake Watford was driving to the basket, trying to come from the right side. Had a little double team, lost the ball, and luckily for Watford, it went off the shoulder of Mancado for Hammond, so it'll be fellowship ball out of bounds there on the baseline.
Here's a couple of college basketball updates for you. In the Pac-12 title game in the first quarter, Oregon leads Arizona 6-0 as Penley goes to the basket, and it's no good. And in the MAC championship game in Detroit, after 3 quarters, the Huskies of Northern Illinois leading Bowling Green 37-10. On the rebound attempt, went out of bounds off the fellowship. Hammond Baptist trigger the inbound, and that's Mancado to do it. Gets it back to Cervantes. Here on the left wing. 7:15 to play in this title game. Mundy to the lane, drives, puts it off the glass, no good. But he was fouled, and he's going to get 2 free throws. Foul goes against Josh Bass, and that's his 4th.
Interesting defensive strategy there for Fellowship. They're basically conceding 15 to 20 feet from Hammond. They haven't taken a lot of shots from that range all night long. Most of their points have been in the paint underneath the basket, but with guys like Cervantes and McCullum in there, they can shoot. I saw them shoot on Wednesday, and they've been able to get a couple in tonight. They got to be able to retain this lead and get those shots off.
Curtis Mundy hits both free throws. So he's 2 of 4 at the line after missing a pair in the opening quarter. 4 points on the night for the senior. 8-point advantage for the Swordsman. 7 minutes to play. Into the front court, Pickard. Gives it up, Watford. Watford trapped. Is now Hammond Baptist. Running was a 1-3-1 half-court trap. Now they're looking to into a man-to-man that dropped back into. Micah Fabian has it, and as he puts the ball on the floor, we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Hammond Baptist. James McCullum will get it, his 3rd. And so it'll be Fellowship basketball on the baseline. Somebody in the balcony behind us is yelling, let them play ball.
Right. 3 fouls for McCullum and not a lot of minutes tonight. Having a tough time with Fabian. And who wouldn't with the size of this kid as he gets 2 free throws.
One of the bonuses, it was the 17th. Penley with the rebound off the miss. Mundy brings it up the left side of the floor. Down into the corner, and Cervantes back to Mundy. Finds a little room, and that's going to be a bump and a whistle against Micah Fabian. Mundy tried to take the lane. Fabian didn't move the feet. He just used the body the big body to not let him get there. Can't do that. Unless you're in the NBA.
Well, right. Fellowship playing this man on Hammond has been able to contain him so far here, just a minute and a half into the 4th quarter after they got off to such a hot start in the 3rd.
Nice little crossover move in between the leg move. And then the floater for Curtis Mundy. 10-point lead now for Hammond Baptist.
Taking advantage of the mismatch there by Monday. He had Dylan Fabian guarding him man-to-man. And with a guy like Dylan, he just can't keep up with a speedy guard like Monday.
Pickard with the trap, lost the dribble, needed help, got it from Watford. Now Watford to the floor, and here's a turnover. Nice job of controlling the basketball by Mancado as he was kind of stumbling right here near the sideline in front of us. Mancado to the bucket, won't go. Rebound Fabian.
Penley's real lucky he didn't get his 4th foul there. I heard that slap on the wrist over here, Jerry, and there was no call on the play as he made contact with Fabian as he was looking to distribute under the basket.
Pickard takes to the lane, his pass intended for Fabian, low and out of bounds. And right now, I'll tell you what, Curtis Pickard looks tired out there working against all the pressure he has all night. Individually against Cervantes in the first half, now trying to beat this trap.
Yeah, he's had a really tough time with the basketball tonight. He's probably ran about a mile outside of the arc, just laterally back and forth, trying to distribute the ball tonight. It's been Cervantes, and it has been Cowling playing him tonight, and has just given him a really tough time.
Cervantes On the inside, McCullum, turn around. It's a little short, won't go. Pickard there for the board. He's got to bring it up on the run out. Brings it to the middle of the floor with the left hand and gives it up to Watford. Into the corner. Micah Fabian, the three won't go. In and out. Hammond Baptist with the rebound. Here's Cervantes quickly the other way. Takes it to the lane. Had McCullum here on the wing. He's got Monday. He wants a three. That's short. Rebound. Put back. No good. Mangato. Monday free throw line jumper. Yes! Curtis Monday with the field goal. It's a 12-point Swordsman lead with 4:50 to play.
Just an excellent effort there by the Swordsman underneath the basket, just outworking Fellowship, gathering up 2 offensive rebounds and giving themselves a third opportunity and extending that to a tie for the biggest lead of the night for them.
Bass. Ball handles with Monday defending. Bass trying to get that lane, and Monday is using a good job with the feet staying in front of him. Ball came loose. Hammond Baptist has it. Up the floor. And the basket for Callum Mangato. Off the assist from Simon Cervantes. And it's 39-25, Hammond Baptist midway through the fourth.
Well, Fellowship's got to move. They're taking their time. It's a one-man press trying to get up the court.
And a foul. It's going to be against Cervantes. That'll be 3 on Simon Cervantes. 18 fouls, so 1 in the bonus. As Pickard will go to the line to shoot. Missed 2 there his last trip in the third quarter. Cowan gets set to come back into the Hammond Baptist lineup. He'll replace Mangato. And in for the first time tonight, Preston Wilkerson, a senior for Hammond Baptist. Pickard toes the line. Couple dribbles, spins the ball in his hand. Short knee bend, shot up good. He'll get another. Another young man that takes the basketball from the official and then toes the line.
An excellent observation there, Jerry.
Second one up and good as well. It's all about rhythm, though. You know, whatever works for you, right?
Life is all about rhythm, isn't it?
It's pretty much.
And basketball.
Here comes Monday as the score now 39-27. Hammond Baptist with the lead and the basketball. Monday trying to get around a screen, but a good job there by King getting away from it, being able to defend. This is Wilkerson with it now on the left side, goes behind the back, gives it up to Cowling. Cowling, back to Wilkerson. McCullum and Monday is, of course, Hammond Baptist content with this 12-point lead to run the offense a little bit.
Now they're taking their time. You know, it looks like they're in blue jerseys. Just nice feed. Wilkerson with the assist inside to Penley. Laid it up and in. A 14-point lead for Baptist.
I can't add them all up now. I'm going to have to wait till the break. That's how many Penley has tonight. 21, I believe it is, though, if I remember correctly. We're going to get an over the back on the missed shot, and that's going against Chris King of Fellowship. I don't care where you're playing. To beat a team 3 times in the same season is tough. To beat them 3 times in just about 5 weeks, even tougher. Beat them twice in 3 days, even more difficult. Says a lot about the quality of this Hammond Baptist ball club.
It really does. They got a lot of talent on this team, and even to bring in a guy like Wilkerson, a senior, another long-armed forward for Hammond Baptist coming in here in the fourth quarter with fresh legs, was able to get the assist there on that last possession. But yeah, you know, it was a really tight game, but Hammond just came out in that third quarter and has just been dominant on the offensive side, and that's where we are right now.
Monday with the ball. And we're going to get a whistle on a foul on the floor with exactly 3 minutes to play on the clock, and the Swordsmen leading 41-27.
You know, it's really a similar tale of the game that you heard Wednesday afternoon here on 90.5 in the Region Sports Network between these two teams, where Fellowship had gotten out to an early lead, just as they had here. I believe it was 5-2, Jerry.
Yes.
And Hammond was able to come back. We went into halftime with a tie ball game at 18-18. And Hammond's come out with 23 now still with 3 minutes left to go in the half and a 14-point lead.
3-ball Monday, that's no good from the right side. Battle for the rebound, and coming down with it, Ben McKinney of Fellowship. Pass up the floor, Watford, and as he tried to pass it, lost it. Monday was there to take it. Nice fake, because he got Bass in the air, did Monday, and then he was able to pass it across the floor. It goes down to McCullum. That shot won't fall. Rebound McKinnon. Here's Bass bringing it up the right side of the floor, and there's a trap waiting for him. He dribbled right into it. And we're going to get a timeout called by Fellowship because Bass needed that timeout to save him with 2:26 to play. The Swordsmen lead at 41-27. Let's take 30. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network. The only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.
Hey, it's Tara for Christensen Chevy. Christensen Chevrolet is a local family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership celebrating over 60 years in the community, serving all of Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. If you stop in, you can see why families and businesses have put their trust in us for generations. At Christensen, we have an enormous inventory of new Chevys with all of your favorite models in stock, ready for immediate delivery, because that's the Christensen way. We're Christensen Chevrolet, proud sponsor of our great local high school athletic programs on Indy Boulevard in Highland, or visit ChristensenChevy.com.
Excuse me. Welcome back to the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer presentation of high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network on the key 90.5 FM WRTW Crown Point, WRTK Paxton, Illinois. It's underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, number one. We want to tell you that this broadcast is a production of the Region Sports Network. Any other use, duplication, reproduction, or retransmission of the accounts and descriptions of this contest without the express written consent of the Region Sports Network, well, that's prohibited. He's Brandon Alexander. I'm Jerry Siska. Back underway. Bass has the basketball for Fellowship. On the dribble, he's going to pull up as Mundy gives him some space, and he's going to hit the banker three. That's the first field goal tonight for Josh Bass. It's 41-30 as we approach 2 minutes remaining. Fellowship in a full court press now. Mundy gives it up to Cowling. And 10-second violation.
That was good help coming up for Fellowship on the press. Hammond kept three guys back. He couldn't get the ball over the line. 11-point lead, 2 minutes left.
Bass quickly into Pickard. Pickard goes across the half-court line. Gives it up to McKinney, back to Pickard. To Bass. He's going to launch a three from the right wing again. That's no good. Dishman with the board for Hammond Baptist. Out to Wilkerson, who brings it up here on the left side. Gives it up to Blank. Left wing goes out between the circles, and Mundy is we're at 1:38 on the clock. 11-point lead for Hammond Baptist. It was knocked out of Mundy's hands by Watford. It'll stay with the Swordsman as Cervantes comes in and Wilkerson has a seat.
Now, you mentioned that a couple Fellowship players looked tired earlier Monday, or not Monday, but Watford is now starting to drag a little bit. He's been in the game the whole time, and he just looks a little worn out.
Cervantes gives it up to Mundy. Mundy takes it to the bucket, tries to dish to Dishman. Couldn't handle the pass. It was knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Fellowship. Curtis Pickard the last to touch it. Hammond Baptist gets it with 1:26 on the clock. Cervantes reminds me of like that Energizer Bunny, man. He just goes and goes and goes.
Yeah, his defense has just been outstanding tonight.
And he has the basketball in his hands right now, being defended by Pickard. We talk about a couple of the Fellowship kids looking like they were tired. Cervantes doesn't.
No.
And he's been going full tilt the whole night.
He really has. He really has. And he's been guarding Pickard. And Pickard's a speedy guy, and he's been contained the whole evening. Both players, conveniently enough, both wearing 23. And they've just gone at it on both sides of the ball.
Mercado back in, Cowling out for this final 1:10. To the bucket. Curtis Mundy with the basket. Nice drive and finger roll shot over the middle of the rim. 43-30. 60 seconds remain in this championship game. Bass with it. Being defended by Mercado. There's King. This is Pickard this time. Gives it up to Bass. His three, partially blocked by Mercado. And that's Dishman with another board. Mundy up the floor, Mercado, and he does the right thing. Had to wait for the ball. He knows the clock is his friend. Brings it back out to run it down as we're down to half a minute. Blank. Cervantes. Mercado. Hammond Baptist going to win their 12th game of the season. More importantly, they're going to win the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational Basketball Tournament for 2014. Dishman, no good. Batted around. Dishman gets it back. That's no good. Final 10 seconds. Here's McKinney. Up the floor at half court. Gives it up to Watford. He's going to put a three up. It's no good. It goes over the backboard. That stops the clock with 1.2.
Yeah. They have to show a lot of respect to Fellowship. Played a hard-fought game, found themselves in a championship game after a loss on Wednesday, all the way from North Carolina.
The inbounds pass came to Dishman. He held on to it for that final 1.2, and that is it. Hammond Baptist wins the tournament 43-30 over Fellowship Baptist. Post-game after this, you're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.
Sports in the region are about tradition, and since 1946, Berry Brothers in Hammond has built a tradition of quality and service. With a professionally trained sales staff, Berry Brothers offers a selection of quality American-made work boots, safety shoes, and apparel. Located on Indianapolis Boulevard, a half-mile north of Interstate 94, Berry Brothers is devoted to providing exceptional service to ensure the satisfaction of every customer. Berry Brothers is open 7 days a week, and gift certificates are available. The website is berrybros.com.
Blue 82, located in St. John just across from Lake Central High School, is where big screen sports, mouth-watering food, live music, and good times are all on the same team. Featuring food prepared from scratch with top-quality ingredients, Blue 82 provides a fun and relaxed atmosphere for groups big and small. Blue 82 is open for quick lunches, outstanding dinners, and late-night snacks. To see all that Blue 82 has to offer, including their menu, the website is www.blue82.net.
Join Pastor John Wilkerson and the First Baptist Church family as our guest for a special musical celebration, Sing We Now of Christmas. Join two friends on a musical journey as they discover the real meaning of Christmas. Enjoy special music from a 200-voice choir, the FBC Orchestra, children's groups, as well as drama and media presentations. This special choral and media event will have several seatings: Saturday, December 13th at 6 p.m., Sunday, December 14th at 10:45 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Join us at the First Baptist Church of Hammond, located at 473 Sibley Street in downtown Hammond. For more information, the phone number is 932-0711, or find us online at fbchammond.com. Again, that is Sing We Now of Christmas, December 13th and 14th at the First Baptist Church of Hammond.
Along with Brandon Alexander, Jerry Siska back with you here at Hiles-Anderson College. And we hope you enjoyed the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy Dealer presentation of high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network at 90.5 FM. For more details on the great Chevy lineup, the website is ChevyDrivesChicago.com. Hammond Baptist wins the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational Basketball Tournament 43-30 tonight over Fellowship. And also there was a volleyball tournament that went on as well, as awards are being given away right now. And the Hammond Baptist squad, the ladies, won the volleyball title of the Hiles-Anderson College Invitational as well. So a very productive 3 days.
Absolutely.
For Hammond Baptist. Let's take a look at a few of the numbers from tonight's ball game. Hammond Baptist improves to 12-1. Their leading scorer tonight, Nathaniel Penley, 21 points for the sophomore, a game high. 21 points. Curtis Mundy with 10. Mundy with 8 points in the fourth quarter. The biggest thing that stands out to me about Hammond, Brandon, is the fact that they outscored Fellowship 25-12 in the second half. And we talked about the fatigue that we were starting to notice on some of the Fellowship kids. Only 5 points in the fourth quarter for Fellowship.
Well, I think it was partly that, and then, it looked like that Hammond was just able to make in-game adjustments a little more effectively throughout the course of the game as Fellowship came out to that hot offensive start, and you just saw their defense, their shift and their rotation become a little more sharp after that early timeout that Hammond took, and they really adjusted. I give a lot of credit to Coach Woosley for making those in-game adjustments, and as each quarter went, it just seemed like Hammond Baptist got better throughout the course of this game.
Fellowship Baptist is led in scoring by Micah Fabian. He had 12 points on 4 3-point field goals. He was the only double-figure scorer for Fellowship Baptist. Curtis Pickard had 8 also for the squad from Durham, North Carolina. Fellowship now 11-8 on the season. So it's time to name the blue-collar player of the game. It's underwritten by Berry Brothers. Berry Brothers, a blue-collar store for the blue-collar worker. After Brandon and I discussed it, we decided to go with
Curtis Pickard, number 23 from Fellowship Academy, the junior guard. Had a tough night, but the nature of the blue-collar player of the game is putting the work in. And I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, he probably ran a mile laterally from sideline to sideline, and he really did on the offensive side of the ball. He was just given a really tough time by the Hammond defense, but stuck with it and was able to lead his team and kept it close for at least 3 quarters, Jerry, and that's why he's our blue-collar player of the game.
Well, even against the pressure of Cervantes and then the trap that Hammond Baptist employed in the second half, Pickard very few turnovers on the evening, along with his 8 points, handling the basketball for Fellowship Baptist. That's our blue-collar player of the game. It's underwritten by Berry Brothers. They are located 1/2 mile north of I-80-94 on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond. Time now to name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Company proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. This was a pretty easy one.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. We're going with the sophomore from Hammond Baptist. It's Nathaniel Penley. Wears number 51 tonight, and he's going to be bringing home a trophy with his team simply based on his effort. Just a monster game. 21 points out of the 43 that were scored for his team. A lot of those coming in the second half. He started off a little scary. Had 2 fouls early on, 8 in the first half, and then 13 in the second. So just an excellent performance by Nathaniel Penley. Hit shots from all over the floor and was really the aggressor on offense. And it didn't matter really who Fellowship put on him, but he had an answer for him, just making athletic moves and getting the ball in the basket all night long.
He had 21, had 9 in the first quarter, picked up 2 fouls, and didn't play for the rest of the first half.
Yeah, he didn't play the second quarter at all and ended up with half of his team's points. So, that's really all you have to say.
Nathaniel Penley, the sophomore from Hammond Baptist, that's your Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of tonight's game. Underwritten by the Crowell Companies. They have offices open from 9 to 9 Monday through Friday, and Saturdays until 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Region Sports Network coverage of high school basketball on 90.5 FM WRTW and on the internet at regionsports.com is underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers, the Crowell Companies, Berry Brothers, McShane's, the Lake County agents of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Christensen Chevrolet in Highland, Miss Brinton, Munster, and Hammond, Blue 82 in St. John, Morris Baseball and Softball Center, Randall K. Miss Accounting Group, and by the Town Club Restaurant in Highland. Some credits to roll before we get out of here. The management team of the Region Sports Network, our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our chief engineer is Mike Bonaventura. Our coordinating producer and game producer tonight, Nathan Laird. Great job as always, Nathan. The station manager at 90.5 FM WRTW is Jody McManus. Special thanks go out to Athletic Director Jimmy Tannehill over at Hammond Baptist and Anthony Collins here at Hiles-Anderson College. And finally, a thank you to you, the listeners of 90.5 FM WRTW and RegionSports.com for spending some of your Friday night with us, enjoying high school basketball right here on the Key. High school basketball returns next week with more exciting hoop action. I'll tell you to stay logged on to RegionSports.com for the updated broadcast schedule. Brandon, great working with you.
You as well.
Long basketball season. I have a feeling we'll be doing this again.
It's going to be a fun winter.
It certainly will. Hammond Baptist wins the title here at Hiles-Anderson tonight, 43-30 over Fellowship Baptist. For Brandon Alexander, I'm Jerry Siska. Have a great weekend, everyone. You've been listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.